I was upset, scared, frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
A devastating phone call that no parent ever wants to get. A Fargo father was told his son, a Marine, was killed while on active duty. And the call seemed legitimate until they asked for his social security number. Tonight, we talked with this man who has a warning for you the next time your phone rings.
They wanted to know where and when I wanted him buried, how soon, and then they would call me back.
A phone call that John Stouts will never forget. The call was from a private number telling him his son is dead.
He said he was from the United States Marine Corps and that my son had been killed in live fire practice.
Stouts' son, Kevin, is actually in the military. He's a Marine. And that's what made all of this seem so real. So he called his wife to tell her the devastating news.
It took a little while to call my wife and tell her about it. I didn't know what to say or do. I was just like in awe.
But while Stouts was still trying to grasp what he just heard, things weren't adding up in his head. The caller asked for his social security number so they could verify it was his son. Thinking this was all real, Stouts gave it over to him.
I started thinking, well, this is kind of odd because I've seen it where the military comes to your door, not call you on the phone.
And after his wife started calling family to tell them what they just heard, a massive sigh of relief.
My oldest brother got a hold of my daughter, who just happened to say, no, he's just fine. Well, you don't know how much of a relief it was because all four of my children are two are in the military now.
And believe it or not, Stouts' phone call isn't that uncommon. Bess Ellenson with the Better Business Bureau says they always hear about scammers saying whatever they can to try and get your personal information.
Unfortunately, these scams tend to work because the scammer on the other side ends up, instilling fear in the person that they're calling.
As for Stouts, he took action after giving out his social security number, calling his bank, and letting them know what happened. And after this startling experience, he has some words of advice for you. He says to double check any phone call you get, no matter how believable it is.
Somebody with a really bad thought, twisted thought would have to do this, and that's a shame it happens to anybody.
Ellenson with the Better Business Bureau also tells us the best way to avoid these calls is to not answer any number that you don't know. On top of that, if you do happen to give out your social security number to the wrong person, call the Social Security office right away to report it.